everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Season 2, Episode 5 with me, Sid. And I've been collecting a few more bricks. I have hit a problem that I actually have run out of storage now. And yeah, that's a problem. But last episode, we made that. I can hear you, Wolf. I don't know where you are, but I can hear you. Which I think is considerably earlier in the season than I got an anvil in the season 1. But obviously, I am learning. I'm a learning boy, and consequently, you know, we're picking up the skills necessary to survive in this world, and a lot of the ones we had last time, we didn't really know how this thing worked. So actually having a few hundred hours under my belt now with this game, it is obviously a lot easier to push it. Plus, I think, to be fair, the Ruins mods has significantly helped, and you know, I'd be a fool to suggest that that was anything other than the truth, because you know, it does read chest. I need 8, 16, 24. Okay. And the Ruins and the additional Ruins has given me more access to more stuff, and consequently, you know, we are probably in a slightly better place than we might have been otherwise. But you know, horses for courses is all about enjoying the game, and you know, to borrow from the game shouldn't have easy mode debates, I'm going to leave those there because unless I eat them, play the game how you want to, how you get enjoyment out of it, because I know this is wasteful, but there you go. I do want to bring those with me. There's quite a lot of berry bushes coming along over here anyway, but I just need another 7, I think 7, and we shall be good for another storage box, which means I can continue bringing down some of these ruins and doing it. But my main thrust today is going to be getting a saw. Now we've got a hammer. Don't know whether, I think we should have a hammer. Did I sort a hammer? I'm fairly sure I sorted a hammer. Oh, we'll find out, won't we, when I get back. Not grown yet, have they? Yeah, we have got a hammer. I can see it there hanging on the wall. However, we do need to hide, because that wolf sounds ever closer. Keeping those on me. Get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of those seeds. Do what? No. I'm like, do I take a chance? No, I go to sleep. I don't really want to fancy getting my face eaten by a wolf. So yeah, we need to make a saw, but to make a saw I'm going to need to make, I think it's the forge I need next. If I could spell. And that is just cobblestone. Okay. That's not actually too difficult. But there's a wolf about somewhere, John. And he would like to eat you. I mean, we will get to building. That's, you know, a given. But we are actually only on, what, the day 11, something like that. I don't know. Wish I knew where that wolf was, though. At least then I could do something about it. But let's have a look. Cobblestone, cobblestone. Have I got any reasonable cobblestone? They're bricks. Conglomerate cobblestone. That's what we're after. Or I just grab myself some clay and some stones, and then I'll remember how I use those. Hang on. Cobblestone. Just A. Yeah, okay. So, like that. 1. That will give me 4. That will give me 6. That will give me many. In the clay, in with stones, and then just that, and we're off. Now this needs to be under cover because we don't want it to get rained on, so we'll pop it there for now. Then I suppose I just need to, you know what I haven't got? I'm fairly certain I haven't got anyway. I don't have an ingot mold, do I? Let's just shift you out of the way because you're not necessary. There you go. Right. Yeah, I don't have an ingot mold. So I think, apart from getting in my cranberry bushes planted and going and harvest... Man, something just shot across there fast. It was that rabbit. Right, let's go and find myself a bite of something to eat. Stop eyeing up the rabbit, John. So yeah, I mean, this is actually the first episode of Vintage Story I've recorded since I got back from my holidays, and this week's been particularly difficult to get any recording done. So obviously we came back from Turkey, and we got back into the country on the what time was it? Or what day was it, I should say. We got back into the country early hours of Saturday morning, about 4 o'clock-ish, something like that. And then I went over on Saturday morning and picked up the cats from the cattery. That's my cat, TJ, Tabitha Jessie as her name is, and my stepdaughter's cat, MJ, or Mustachio John, because he's got a little white moustache. And the cats were happy to be home, and we were happy to have them back, and everything was great. And on Tuesday I was working from home, and what am I doing? Clay, that's what I'm doing. Tuesday I was working from home, and he went, the cats as usual went out early morning. Let me find ingot molds. Can I make 2 of those, please? Still on 3x3, which is good. Yeah, went out early morning. First thing, as they do, they're both cats that like their freedom, like to go out and, you know, patrol the area. Now, we don't live in a particularly heavily built up area, although we do have a road outside our house, but it's not a main road, it's just a little, you know, local road. And about 11ish, I think, I thought I heard a cry, MJ crying, and I went to look because there's a cat from across the road near us that comes over and is a bit of a bully cat, if you like. And and I thought maybe that was the case and chase him off, because it's just, how am I doing that? I should have just gone with copy, shouldn't I? And couldn't see him anywhere, so you know, you do what you can. Let me just check actually before I. Yeah, I can only put 2 into a pit, can't I? Okay, that's fine. We'll just do the 2 for now then. And the day went on, and I kept on checking out for him, but it was nowhere to be seen. And it's not unusual. He's gone off to goes for whole days at a time, or in one extreme case, he went missing for like 3 days, that was an unpleasant period in our life. I'll tell you that much for free. And I went out about 3:15, and he'd couldn't hear him, but I could hear him crying. So I started looking down the alleyways, because I live in a terrace house area, you know, that style Victorian terrace from the Industrial Revolution period. So lots of alleyways, lots of small houses with, you know, stuff I need. Sticks, I think. How many do I need? Probably. What do you want now? You want more stickage? Okay, I need to go and find some sticks. And he was down the bottom of a garden, crying, and I knocked at the door just before I went into the garden and made sure they weren't in, but they weren't. Shot down, grabbed him, and he couldn't move his back legs. There's no signs of any obvious trauma, but you know, there was absolutely no mobility in his back legs, and he was obviously in pain. And I think he'd been hit by a car. That's what the suspicion is. He'd probably been there for several hours actually, but so whisked him off to the vets, expecting the worst, because you know, with no mobility down there. They did an X-ray. He broke his pelvis, and when everything breaks its pelvis, not just cats, but cats are specifically prone to this one. They tend to break quite spectacularly, and in his case, he'd basically separated his spine from his pelvis. It also broke his tail in a couple of places, or was it single place? So they said the prognosis wasn't good, and you know, I rang my stepdaughter and everything to let her know, and she came back up because she works away at the weekends. She works away in the week, not the weekends. Get it right, John. And yeah, she came up. We had to put him into the local PDSA hospital overnight because they needed observations, and we couldn't provide them, obviously. And he couldn't stay at their little local vets because they don't have that kind of provision available, because they're only a small branch vet. And one of these people who doesn't like the heavy corporatization of a lot of our industries, and vets are one of those that heavily corporately influenced. You know, there are very few independent vets left in this country right now. The vast majority of them are owned by one or two, I think it's two companies out of the whole lot. So virtually all the vets are owned by a company. I'm not going to worry too much about this. I will make bread later, but right now I'm just going to munch on them. Went into a hospital, a veterinary hospital over in Derby, which is the next city over from us, for those who aren't UK residents, where we were told that it was a reasonable prognosis, about 75% chance that he would get the use of his legs back, and all this other stuff. And what do you want now? You want coal or logs? Okay. Got told it would be significantly expensive. Luckily we are insured, but the insurances are not enough to cover the full cost. But anyway, he had a CAT scan, which was, you know, I still find funny in a kind of non-funny way, but there you go. And had his pelvis rebuilt, I suppose, for want of a better phrase. And that brings on today. He came back home yesterday. He's got a feeding tube in because he's not been taking solids properly. He's not really got full use of his left leg yet, but got a little bald bum, lots of bald patches where they've shaved all of his hair off. And if I remember, I will try and put some pictures up of him before and after, if you like. So yeah, he's still with us. It wasn't as expensive as we were told or thought it was going to be, so that was a bonus. Oh my god, come on. But yeah, it's been an unpleasant time, I think, is the fairest way of saying that. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to do anything much with that while we wait for that to cook. So I think what I need to do is probably continue working on getting myself some boulders and stuff, and yeah, I'll be back. But yeah, so do join me in wishing our little Kit Kat well, because he's a gorgeous cat, and if I've remembered to put the pictures up, you'll know that because you'll have seen them. And well, no animal deserves that, and I'm not going to sit there and go, this driver was a deliberate arse, but he could have been. You know, we've got no idea. Let me take one of those. We will put that. Where shall we put that? Put that there, because it's as good as what place as any, and then we can start popping these out of the way. I really need a home. But yeah, this is all working towards it. Anyway, I'm going to continue throughout today harvesting as much rock as I can, and I will be back in a moment. Why is that not going in there? Oh, because it's not that, is it? Okay. I suppose the obvious thing to... I want that though, don't I? Okay. Yes, there was. Yes, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to be carrying that around with me. That's better. There we go. Right. And we'll just put those things away. But I'll be back in a short while. I'm still keeping my eye out for the storm because I'm expecting that any time. And yeah, I'll see you in a short while. I've just been working on this little town. I mean, I brought that one over down quite a lot, but I'm working on this one here, just because, you know, it's close to the home. We've got the light, and I just looked up and I forgot that I'd put this mod in, but just look at that skybox. It's absolutely stunning. Keep hearing the wolf, but it seems to be a reasonably long way away. Oh, hang on, let me see. What I actually think I should do is take all of my building blocks and let's have a look. What have we actually got here that goes into that right now? That goes in, but none of that goes in. Okay. However, I can take a couple of those seeds out, pop those in here. Grab that out, go in there, grab another seed out, and in there we can put in more of these building blocks. That can have a seed. That's all good. And then actually take those out of there. Put those in there, and then the rest of this can all go in, and I've got all of those blocks and bits together. I think that works. Still no storm which is disconcerting. I know it's coming any time. But apparently not any time now. Okay, fine. But I do need to go and find myself a little bit more forage because I'm running low on foods again. I know over here, see, I've got this one about halfway down, and I know over here there are some bushes which are ready. There's also some ripe flax which I will grab as soon as I'm ready to put a farm in, which I probably need to be doing. If anything, and if I'm honest with myself, I should be doing it now, but the simple reality of the fact is I've only got one pair of hands, you know what I mean? It's that I'd love to do all of the things that I should be doing, but I only have the one pair of hands. Classic parent line, that one. I only got one pair of hands. Right, let me get these down and we can see about the pit kiln and see if our ingot molds are done. If they are, then I can run a smelt to make myself a couple of ingots of copper. I've got plenty of copper to work with. That will allow me to get a saw, and once I've got a saw then I can actually build decent proper tools. Yes, it's finished, excellent. So armed with that, again I'll keep my eyes open. I know there's the odd crop or two in the area. 7 of 8, nothing there still. And the objective here will be to make myself a couple of ingots worth of things. So that's 20 per, I think. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Boop. 20 pieces, yes. So if I split you and then drop off those, that's 40 pieces. I think that's right. I am going to have to be very sparing with what little bit of coal I've got until I find it, but again, we are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10, and there we go. Right, get some wood in there to start off with. Get that cooking, make the ingots, and yeah, and also keeping my eye on the storm meter, because the last thing I want is to be doing this and have a storm land on my lap, because that would be embarrassing. Probably need a couple of pieces of coal for this, and that's all I'm going to need though. Yep, so that's all good. We'll get this going. I'll be back in a mo once that's up to temperature. Alright, we are almost there. It did only use 2 pieces of, actually 1 and a bit pieces of coal. And I'm using my tongs, so we should... Oops, hello. That's probably not a good idea then. That's changed. I mean, from a purely sensible point of view, it's changed in the right direction. You shouldn't be able to stand on your molten copper molds while you're pouring, but, you know, It was a thing, but there's still no storm in sight, so we're sitting pretty. But once we've got this, well, obviously we need it to cool down. Then I will need to run that, get the hammer, make the saw blade, make the saw, and then once I've got the saw, then a lot of other things become available to me, not least of which buckets. And then I need to start thinking about where I actually want to build my home. Do I want to build it here on this nice flat thing? Let's just go and have an examination of the options while let's not walk around with coal in my inventory though. That's silly, especially if I die. But I'll lose the only bit of coal I've got. So yeah, over this area's got a lovely flat expanse, nice view, close to the trader, close to some ruins for building materials, which obviously I'm kind of tearing down steadily over time, and I'm also able to pick up all of these lovely bits of forage from the area and then move the thing around, because once I've got them I'll have that one as well. These berries won't last long enough for me to for them to go off. But you see, then the other thing where you could start playing is you could start playing at the top of, I mean, if you were building a fortified keep or fortified home, you would not have it on nice low flat ground. That, you know, doesn't make sense as far as defensibility is concerned. You would probably have it like maybe up there, and then you'd have your, you know, your farms and stuff, and the supply. Actually, I will go and grab those seeds because there's some stuff that's finished there, but you're not good. Need to find a way up. That's the thing. Yeah, you can kind of get a feel for the place anyway. You've got obviously this up here. Got another one there if you really wanted to, and you were really that bothered, but too fast. No. Okay, so that would be like a doable option, and it puts us close to, down there is where that dungeon is, which is of definite interest, and it would give you a really good view. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I know I've got a shovel, but you know, let's do it. Yeah, so you've definitely got a reasonable, I mean, it's not massive. You could build a small keep up here quite easily, and you'd have a really good, I mean, it's a beautiful view from around here. Like I say, or we stick with the flat, Mr. Flatty Flat over there. There's obviously that's a weird shaped thing. I wonder whether, I wonder. Sorry, I'm wondering live on camera now. I'm wondering that it never ends well. But let's go. I may regret this because there's a wolf out there. I know he's out there. I can hear him, and I keep thinking he's coming from over that direction. But you know, my ears could be playing tricks on me. Yeah, they're not there though, are they? We've got a little bit of... It's all extras, all stuff for the pot. Anyway, let's just head over this way. I'm just doing my wonder mode. And I would need to make ladders, I think, for this one. But then again, that shouldn't be a major big problem. Because I will have the saw very shortly. So I'm just intrigued by those two spiky things. I should really be ready for growling death. So they just look... Oh, let's cross over here. They look like they... Especially that one further back. I mean, I'm trying to think how big that is. It's probably maybe 10 blocks across. On this side, anyway. So you've certainly got 4. That's 3. That'll be your 4th one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, maybe 11 blocks on this side across. Now, depending on how thick it is... I don't like this. I hate this terrain where you've got all these bushes, because first thing you know about what you found is when you tread on its tail. Let's get a little bit of height and see if that helps routine. Yeah, that could be quite interesting. Yeah, like a ladder to climb up the inside. The fox over there. Let's just see what we got on the side, shall we? By then the copper will hopefully have cooled down to the point that we can utilize. Yeah, it's got access from that side. I suppose that's still not bad, because you've got a reasonable... Yeah, that is just Mr. Foxy, isn't it? I think that's a rabbit. Let's just recharge my food, because I may need to leg it. That's a technical term. So it's not overly wide, but again, you could definitely make something out of this. Well, there's some options. I mean, that's another one further into the death. I mean, they've all got the options of doing a small keep stroke tower-like structure on them. And then you just need to come up with a place to... Oh, I think that might be chalk over there. Oh, that's going to be handy if it is not... Yeah, chalk, that's what I want for the leather processing, isn't it? Right, I need to get back. I need to get back safely, so... The better way to go do this is probably just to walk back the way more or less the way I came, except not fall down there. What is that? I think that's just flint. And then kind of cut across to home. I'll say I am phobic about stepping on something's tail. So yeah, you have to let me know what you think. I mean, kind of a higher up build on a promontory of rock. You know, again, don't expect a castle like Terra Firma Craft. Don't expect, you know, or even bigger. This this is very, very much going to be a small, very small keep, or I say keep, you know, a small structure. It is not going to have a lot to it. Oh, it'll have a lot of design, a lot of detail, and hopefully a lot of interesting bits and pieces. But it, pardon me. Oh, okay. It's fine. Right, seeds go in there. Plenty of that. We've got plenty of that. Everything's good. Still no storm. Let's have a look at our copper ingots. Now, I am going to assume, because, you know, I suspect that's how it's going to work, that I am going to need probably a couple of pieces of coal. I'm going to need my tongs. I'm going to go and plonk. I'm going to plonk that in there, and we are going to light you up. And the other piece of copper, I will just stack there for now. And then I'm going to need the hammer. And yeah, let's let this get up to temperature. I know certainly 2 pieces of coal in the past has been enough. Now they may have changed that. Still no storm in sight, so that's good news. And I think once we get to about 7 or 8, well, about 8 to 900, we should be good to work the item. And see how much, if anything, this has changed. I'm fairly certain this won't have changed a great deal, other than the tongs of Carrie, so you don't burn your pinkies. I can't see why they would have changed this significantly. Saw blade, and okay. Always do that. Still, has to be said, I think this is one of my favourite crafting mechanics that's been put in over and above. The Terra Firma Craft one, obviously, I'm very familiar with. Once I've kind of got to the point where I've got the strikes and I know what order I'm doing things in, you know, it becomes relatively easy. However, the practical function, and also the practical thing that I am hammering this over the side of the anvil, which that doesn't make any sense, but you know, okay, we're not that worried about reality, are we? The practical aspect of this is a hell of a lot easier than having to memorize the bend, you know, stretch, wrap. I can't remember what they were. All the little types of work that you would end up doing. And look, we got 9 copper bits back. They smelt into 5, so that is working. We've definitely got that one working for in our favour. I'm going to actually keep those in my hands while I all the way around. Okay, just because I'm gonna guess that picking up a burning saw is probably not recommended. And there we have it. We have a saw and we have that. So we're looking pretty good, I think, now. Because now, if I can find, have I got some wood that's not firewood? Not in there. Yes, we have. Now I should be able to make a whole load of wood, which, and then I'll put the saw away because I don't think I need you for a while. And you can be used to make all sorts of good stuff. And the first thing I think, oh, make a bookshelf. Wow, they're new. Barrels, shield, armor stand. Armor would be good. 2x4 gate, nice. 2x2 gate. Display cases, crate, chest. Now chest should just be. No, you not put that behind. Steel, cupronickel, copper. How do you make them then? Okay, this is new. Smithing is a way to enter the late Copper Age if you don't have an anvil, blah blah blah. Okay, that's so chests are still some way off. What else can we make with our planks? A hen box. Trough. A bucket, and that's just needs some thing. That's one of the things we do need, so let us get that done. Pardon me. Still got a little bit of that tickly cough that I picked up on the flight. Bucket. Yay. Great. There we go. That is looking awesome. And then let's just put our planks down for a while. Some copper bits which need to go somewhere, and I'm running out of places to put them. Okay, there you go. But anyway, that is progress. So this nail thing is interesting because I should really probably just do this in my house, shouldn't I, where I'm safe? Because chest can be obtained, or you can craft. But it's these nails, and that is a new item. So we are going to have to work out how to do that. That's probably with a thing. I don't know how many you need, or how many you get out of a single ingot either. That's I suppose is a point. But yeah, I think that will probably see us for this episode. So on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.